Welcome to another edition of Toast Tuesday. It is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I am Mike.
And I'm Cameron.
And we are here at Toast Winery in the beautiful Finger Lakes region of New York on the west side of Seneca Lake. It's Deck the Halls week number one, round number one, I should say. Here we go. So this is the pre-Deck the Halls episode. How was your week?
It's pretty good. We're prepping up for Deck the Halls, so busyness around here.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
Okay.
Kind of getting in the groove for it, picking out a nice maybe sweater. Who knows?
Nice. I like it. A little holiday spirit.
A little holiday spirit. Thank you.
We'll see about 1,500 people.
It's a lot of people.
Between Friday and Sunday. So yeah, things are quite busy here. Of course, we've been doing it now for a few years, so we've got a pretty good process in place, I think, where it's smooth and kind of handle it, but definitely a busy weekend. And if you're not familiar with Deck the Halls, it's a fun event.
It's so much fun.
Right? Even just to work it is a fun event, right? We tend to dress up. Everybody's in good spirits. Got their holiday decor on.
They do.
But every winery that participates, you will get an ornament from that winery. You will get a food item, so you get to taste a special treat that they've provided for you. And you'll get to taste some wine as well. Generally 4 or 5 at each place you stop at. So a lot of fun. It's a great time, great way to spend the weekend. If you haven't done it, I would encourage you to. Jane and I have done it before. We've had a blast at it. This was pre owning a winery, and it's one of the reasons why we absolutely love participating.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah, we've done on both sides of things, so we love it.
Cool.
Yeah, I look forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend.
Good weekend.
Round number one. We got 2 rounds of it, so this is the first round.
It's easy.
Hey, I got the Fun Shirt Tuesday vibe going.
Look at that.
Kind of a fun, it's a semi-fun shirt, I think. And you don't know this yet, right? Because you're still young.
I do.
You're still young, but when you get older, so a little humble brag. I've lost a little bit of weight here lately,
That's good.
So I've been able to pull out the skinny bin,
nice,
where I put all my clothes that I didn't fit into anymore, and I found a couple of gems there.
Nice.
So I'm going to pull those out, and again, a little humble brag. I can wear these right now.
Good.
So I'll put the back clothes into the bin to be pulled out at a later date as well. But right now we're into the skinny clothes. So I'm feeling good.
Good.
And found this little gem here tucked away in the skinny bin.
Looks great.
Here we are on a Fun Shirt Tuesday again. Let's see what else has been going on. 2023 Cabernet Sauvignons. We've moved some of that into bourbon barrels.
Beautiful.
So we're going to let that rest over winter and soak up all that bourbon goodness that's in that barrel there. And look forward to releasing that probably around the February time frame, March. So won't be long. We'll have that on the shelf for folks. Big hit last time.
Oh yeah.
I expect it's tasting really good so far. So look forward to that.
Nice.
That's from a harvest update. That semi-dry Riesling is still fermenting.
Still going.
I think it's going to be any day now that I'm going to stop it.
Okay, cool.
But so it's getting close, but it is still going. Also done some malolactic fermentation testing.
Nice. We know
to see if those how those reds are coming along. I brought a little example here of how we do this. You probably can't really see this well on the camera, but this is a chromatography paper.
Yeah.
We do chromatography tests to determine if malolactic fermentation is complete. There are basically 3 rows of indication on this piece of paper. The bottom one is tartaric acid. The middle one is what we're really looking for, which is the malic acid that's left in the wine. If there's something still there, that means the malolactic fermentation is not complete. And the top layer is the lactic acid. So what we want is for the middle layer to go blank and the top layer to go, or to indicate, I guess, if you will, Again, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do a behind the scenes on this so you can experience it a little more. But what this particular test told me was that the Pinot Noir has finished malolactic fermentation, so that's good news. And the others, you can see it's partial. We've got some here that has malic and lactic, so that means it's in the process, and we just need to wait for that to finish, and I'll test it again, probably in about a week. Why is it important to know when malic fermentation finishes? Because we can't protect the wine with sulfites until that process is done.
Gotcha.
Because if we add sulfites to the wine, it will kill any malic bacteria as well, and then that process can't complete. And then you run the risk of it suddenly starting up, a year from now, a year and a half from now, while it's in the bottle.
Gotcha.
So we don't want that to happen. We want to know that it's complete, and then we want to get that wine protected as soon as possible from oxidation and other type of organisms. So anyway, malolactic fermentation. So that is going on with some of our wine.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yes. So what's happening at Toast Winery, Cameron?
Oh, popcorn pairing still going on.
Popcorn pairing still going on, even during Deck the Halls, right?
Even during Deck the Halls.
We're going to do popcorn pairings.
Of course.
Even during the Deck the Halls. Again, we'll host that in our barrel room while the other Deck the Halls attendees will be in the main tasting room here. And again, we're prepping for that Deck the Halls. Decorating galore starts tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow the decorating goes. It's going to be like 2 solid days of decorating.
Oh yeah.
Jane's got. We even got her parents coming in town. They're going to help out here, so that's going to be the big focus over the next couple of days. What are we making for our Deck the Halls food item? We have got something that I think is pretty cool: a sweet heat Creole meatball.
They are delicious, by the way.
Let you've gotten to try them as we were sampling them, right?
I have.
So it's got some sweetness to it, but it's got some spiciness to it.
Spice on there.
And who doesn't like a good meatball? I know. Right?
Oh, well, it's so good.
Yeah, we're doing the meatballs. There was a winery on the Seneca Lake wine trail. Every year for Deck the Halls, they did meatballs. That was their thing. Right? That was like, okay, you knew they were doing meatballs, so you kind of stayed away from doing meatballs. That winery changed hands, changed owners. The new owners are not on the wine trail. So we jumped on that quick.
Yeah,
it's like, we want to be the meatball people, right? Because people love it. They look forward to it. It's fun to do meatballs because you can do all kinds of different varieties. It doesn't have to be the same thing every year. So we jumped on the meatballs.
Nice.
We were first in with the meatball recipe for Deck the Halls. So that's going to be our thing now every year for Deck the Halls. And the recipe that we're using this year, kind of a fun fact, this sweet heat Creole meatball recipe is actually a recipe that Jane and I got when we participated in a similar Deck the Halls event that happens on Cayuga Lake.
Oh, okay.
That winery is no longer in business, so we didn't feel like we were taking anything from them. But we're using the recipe that we got from an event that we attended years ago now. This was probably 8, 9 years ago that we got this, and I've always loved this recipe, and so we're thrilled to be able to serve that for the Deck the Halls this weekend. So that's what's going on at Toast Winery.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, right? It wouldn't be fun if there wasn't.
No, keep us busy.
Cameron, what are we drinking today?
Well, this one's pretty fun. It's our nice Bubbly Brindar.
Bubbly Brindar. Yeah. Do you like this Brindar?
I do like the Brindar.
Fan of this?
I do.
You know what Brindar means?
To toast in Portuguese.
To toast in Portuguese. So yeah, kind of a fun play on the toast name. Bubbly Brindar. How would you describe this wine?
Oh, it's super nice. Very bubbly, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see those bubbles in there, but they're definitely there.
Oh yeah, it's nice and sweet, but not like overly sweet.
No, I think it's kind of just the right amount of sweetness for the style we were going for here. It's very Prosecco-like.
Very
how
similar.
I would describe this. Great wedding toast wine. We've had people use this for their weddings, for the toast, because it's something that everybody would like.
Yeah.
Because of that little touch of sweetness that's in there. It's also great for the holidays. This is a time of year where people love to drink bubbly wine. You see that in the sales and the things that we have going on. So great for holidays. great for morning mimosas.
Of course,
right?
A little bit of orange juice in there.
A little orange juice, a little bubble.
Lovely.
You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, so this is a fun little wine. So get some really nice fruit flavors in this. Pear. Oh, bubbles just dance on the tongue. Anything stand out to you there, flavor-wise?
I get a little bit of strawberry, maybe a little
strawberry in there as well. Yeah, this is a nice wine. It's a very popular wine as well for us. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that. Gosh, we've done a little bit of geeking out wine talk already. Can we do one more?
We can do one more.
Can we do one more? Can the people take one more before they're not going to turn us off,
what
right?
Toast Tuesdays is.
This is what Toast Tuesday is about, right?
Yeah.
We want to educate.
We have to be a little nerdy.
We want to have fun.
Yeah, that's
too.
what it is.
But
serious.
Definitely some education in there. So our Bubbly Brindar is what I call forced carbonated. So it's a forced carbonated wine, meaning we finish the wine completely. We've then put it into a pressurized tank that can hold pressure, and we've injected CO2 into it that will then incorporate into the wine and make it bubbly. It's similar to beer. Beer in terms of how a beer is carbonated. So this is a forced carbonated wine. We don't have that fancy equipment here to do something like that. We have a winery that we partner with that will force carbonate that wine for us.
Absolutely.
In fact, they do. I'm not going to name them because I don't know if they want to be named.
Of course.
You know, they probably do 75% of the forced carbonated wine you'll find around here. They do basically it all. So they're a great partner to be able to force carbonate our wine like that. Yes, there are also other ways to make wine bubbly, right? So this is the quick and easier way. But there are other ways too, so let's geek out on that a little bit. In addition to forced carbonation, there's what's called the traditional method, or some people call it method champenois. All right, that's when you take a finished wine, and then you add sugar and yeast back into that wine to restart the fermentation again. You bottle it with a cap generally, and it ferments in the bottle for a second time. Once it's done fermenting, there's all kinds of yeast and sludge and gunk in there. Generally, you'll let it rest on all that sediment for at least a year, if not longer, and then you will turn the bottle upside down. You will let all that sediment fall into the neck, and you will freeze the neck, disgorge all that sediment, pops out. That's like your traditional, and the wine, of course, is bubbly from that second fermentation. That's your traditional method. That's mostly if you're buying champagne or whatnot at the store. It's been done in that method. A similar way to do that is called the Charmat method. Charmat. Not sure if it's Charmat or Charmat, but let's call it Charmat.
Doing Charmat.
Same thing as the traditional method, except you do it in a tank.
Okay.
So you add that sugar and yeast into a special, again, pressurized tank, and you let that second fermentation happen in the tank as opposed to an individual bottle. And then you pull that wine out of the tank, filter it, and bottle it.
Yeah.
And it's bubbly.
Okay.
There's the ancestral method.
That's true. I'm familiar with that one.
The ancestral method, that's our pet nat. That is our petulant natural, where you bottle a wine during its first fermentation and let it finish fermenting in the bottle, creating natural bubbles.
Absolutely.
Another method, there's more methods. This is kind of a combination of both the Charmat method and the ancestral method.
Gotcha.
It's called the Asti method.
Okay.
Asti Spumante. You ever heard of Asti? That's a brand of a champagne.
Never.
Or I shouldn't say champagne, of sparkling wine. And they will ferment the wine for the first time in the tank. They will stop the fermentation at a certain point. So it's carbonated. They stop it through chilling, and then they'll bottle it right then.
Yeah.
So it's got bubbles from the natural first fermentation, but they're filtering it. They're making it nice and clean. And it's also when they stop that fermentation, it's also sweet.
Oh.
So Asti wine is usually sweet, and that's how they make it sweet, but still bubbly. Yeah. They stop the fermentation and bottle that wine with the bubbles in it.
That's a lot.
So That's it. That's a lot of geeking out today.
Yeah, it's cool though. A lot of different bubbles out there.
Bubbly Brindar, forced carbonated. Nice. Lots of different other methods you can do. We've got ancestral method with our pet nat.
We do.
We've got the forced carbonated wine.
We do.
I've got a Blanc de Blanc that's been aging on that sediment.
Yep.
It'll be this summer 3 years. Nice. And we intend to bottle that sometime in the fall. And that'll be our traditional method. Method Champenois. Nice. That we'll have later in the year in 2025. So that's exciting as well.
That is pretty cool. That's a lot of different bubbles.
All right.
You almost did them all.
A lot of different ways.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways to do it. Topical topics on a Tuesday.
We do.
Running kind of long here, so I've only got one topic. It's the most important topic.
I mean, it's the only one we can talk about.
It's the update that we all need. It's the update that everyone's waiting for. The Buffalo Bills, now 6-0 since I've become a fan. I mean, they beat the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs that was their first loss of the year. Amazing finish to the game. Amazing touchdown by their quarterback, Josh Allen, to seal the victory. It's the way a real quarterback is supposed to play.
I would agree.
Not like this crappy Browns quarterback that they have. So again, interim Bills fan, loving it.
Thriving. 6-0.
This
Super
is
Bowl.
Amazing. 6 weeks in a row.
Beautiful.
Nothing but wins. Nothing but W's since I've been a fan. So I'm enjoying the ride. We're going to ride it all the way to the Super Bowl. All right, let's go Bills, baby. All right. Let's get into the top 5 list. What are we doing?
We're doing top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Top 5 sitcoms of all time. That's kind of a fun one.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I had to think about it for a while.
We did top TV shows, right? We did top television shows of all time. So this is going a little deeper. We're going into the sitcom genre.
We got some good ones.
Why don't I go first? I think you've gone first the last few times. So
I'm taking it.
I'm going number 5, and the only reason why this is not higher on my list is because this show was not around near long enough. Arrested Development.
Oh, I know that one.
Arrested Development, the cast of characters that they created on the show, it was an amazing show. Ended way too soon.
It did.
They should have done way more of this show, but I love Arrested Development.
Arrested Development, number 5.
Yeah.
Beautiful choice. Number 5 for me is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. I've seen some of it. I haven't seen a lot of it, but I know that people that are fanatics over that show.
It is hysterical.
Is it still on?
I believe it's still on.
I mean, that's been rolling for years.
20 years, I would say.
So it's got to be, that's got to be a good one.
I
haven't watched enough of that one, but I know people that love that one. My number 4, I think, is super underrated.
Okay.
I think this is a super underrated show. Reba.
Oh, Reba. Yes.
Reba McEntire is the guy. I think it's a great comedy. I think it still holds up today.
It does.
They show reruns all the time on like the Hallmark Channel, I think. I love Reba. I think it's a great show.
It's a
pretty very
good show.
underrated.
It's a pretty good show, I would say.
So, I'm going with Reba.
Reba's good. I like this because this is kind of easy with number 4 for me, which is the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Okay. All right. That's a classic for
Very
sure.
Classic.
Yeah.
Miss them all, but the Golden Girls is
Golden
pretty good.
Girls. Okay. Yeah. A little bit too one-liney for me, that show. A lot of one-liners there. They play the laugh track.
Love it. It's my favorite every time.
Okay. That's definitely not on my list, but no, it's good. I know a lot of people that like that one too. But for me, it's a lot of one-liners.
Totally overrated.
One-liners and laugh tracks, but kind of like Friends. I don't like Friends either. That's probably
all it does. Yeah.
Number 3 for me, again, I love this. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, nice.
Everybody Loves Raymond was a great show during its day. I know it's a little bit aged now. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I've
or
not
how
seen
many,
one.
I bet you some of our viewers are familiar with Everybody Loves Raymond, but that's a classic
it's
too.
It's a good one.
It's another show that I think holds up if you watch the reruns. I think it holds up. So Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yep.
I like that. At number 3, Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle. Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen it a few times. I think I've enjoyed the episodes I watched. Not a huge fan of it, but I shouldn't say I'm not a huge fan of it. I didn't watch it.
Just didn't know that.
But yeah, again, I know people that would agree with that.
That's good. People know that it's there. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Not too young.
Wasn't that on was that on a major network or was that like Nickelodeon?
I think it was Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I think.
what I'm remembering for
Like
some reason in my head. I think my kids maybe watched it when they were young. That's why I know it. Number 2 for me, The Office.
Oh, classic choice. Classic
Yeah,
choice.
I like The Office, especially for someone who worked in a corporate career their entire life. The Office resonates with me in a lot of ways. And it's also just super hilarious.
It's a very good one
that they set up on that one. Great.
Yeah.
Great show, The Office.
Good show. Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris.
Hates
as opposed
Chris.
to Everybody Loves
Raymond. That's why I like the little,
Okay, and that was Chris Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love Chris Rock.
Yep.
So again, I've only seen that show a couple of times, but I'm a big Chris Rock fan. So I bet that was a pretty good show.
Oh, so good. I did miss it, but it was pretty good.
Everybody Hates Chris. Okay, that's your number 2. I'm liking your list so far.
Well,
I'm not familiar with them, but I know that they're good shows.
They're pretty good shows. They're pretty good shows.
My number 1, without a doubt, Modern Family. Modern Family is my favorite all-time sitcom. The whole premise of that show and the family dynamics that they set up is just creative genius.
Yes.
Creative genius, and the whole thing is amazing from start to finish. So I'm going with Modern Family.
Modern Family. My number 1's going to shock you.
Okay.
Number 1 is Friends.
Friends?
No.
Okay.
I was waiting for the make fun of me, but no.
Okay.
What about
I was going to try not to if that was the case. I was going to respect your decision, but I'm glad it's not Friends. Okay.
I went with I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy. So classic.
Very classic.
So you've hinted before that you're kind of a noir, black and white, kind of an enjoyer of old television and things like that. I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy.
Okay. So I Love Lucy was before my time even. So it's a show that I'm not familiar with.
Oh, it's super good.
At all. I never really got into that, even when they were showing the reruns on that. So I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, yeah.
But obviously it's a classic.
It's
a classic.
Pretty funny. It's still good.
Yeah, so just personally I'm not familiar enough with it. But again, you picked some classics.
I did.
I'm not familiar with a lot of them. Golden Girls one-liners.
Golden Girls.
That's probably the only one that I would probably say, And every time they show that on Hallmark, sometimes too, Golden Girls.
And you just change the channel.
It doesn't hold up to me. It doesn't hold up. But that's okay.
Well,
You're entitled to your opinion.
It's pretty good, even if they're wrong.
All right, that's a good top 5 list, right?
That was pretty good.
That was good. That's better than I thought it was going to
Mm-hmm.
be. Informative and
pretty good.
People got to hear a little insight into our thoughts.
What we like.
All right. Good deal. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So I want to do this in advance next week.
Absolutely.
Next week's top 5 list. Because I want to give you time to think about it.
That's true. We got a week.
This is important to me. I've had this on my mind for a while. We're going to create a new playlist for Toast Winery. I'm not going to say we're going to put it on in the tasting room. It's going to be available on Spotify for people to choose. We're going to call it Toast Winery Just Chill.
Beautiful.
So it's going to be the Just Chill playlist.
Just Chill.
Just Chill doesn't mean that it has to be a slow song or a soft song. It's a playlist. Think about it when you put it on and you're just sitting in silence. Maybe you turn the lights down a little bit. You're sitting by yourself or with your significant other. Nobody's talking. You're just chilling. You're listening to the music. You're soaking it in. You're appreciating it for what it is. So that's the idea behind it. So I want your top 5 either artists and probably artists. If you have multiple songs, it'd be like, yeah, this is a Just Chill song.
Yeah.
What's your top 5 artists that you would put on this list or songs? You have a very specific song you say is Just Chill. I want to know what it is.
Okay.
So we're going to do top 5 artists
ideas
and or songs that you would put on the Toast Winery Just Chill list.
Beautiful.
All right, and we're going to open it up to the family here, to the Toast Heads.
I like that.
To the Toast Winery family. If you've got something that you think should go on the Toast Winery Just Chill list, you can put that in the comments as well. So we'll do that next week. All right, so give you time to think about it.
Quite a bit of time.
All right. I still may hold ultimate veto rights.
That is true.
Both you and the Toast Heads.
You do have.
But I might not. I might be open.
You might let it
try to
go.
open my mind a little bit to say, okay. Other people might like things
It's true. It's
different
their
than me.
chill. It's their go-to.
But no, this is going to be fun. We're going to create,
I feel
and
like
we're
this
going
would
to
be
do some
nice.
other lists like playlists like this today
Oh,
too.
good.
So people can, depending on their mood,
Yeah, they can get
there
to,
might be a
the
just
happy,
rock.
the
There might be a
sad.
just rock list.
The rock would be cool.
There
Rock
might be a
would
just
nice.
dance list.
You see, that
you
just
know?
dance.
So we're going to start with just chill
Just chill.
next week.
It's
Be
very
ready.
perfect. Very
All
fitting.
right. So that's it. That's it.
That's a good
Toast.
yeah.
We got the toast. We're going to finish with the toast.
Good job.
I think the toast I've chosen today is perfect for today's
what we're
wine
drinking?
talk with the Bubbly Brindar and talking about the different methods of carbonating wine and introducing the Toast Chill playlist, because this song is 7 minutes and 27 seconds. So pure chill. Just chill.
Just
Oasis
chill.
Champagne Supernova.
It's a pretty good song.
Fantastic song.
Pretty good.
Fantastic song. All right. Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide in a champagne supernova in the sky. If you didn't hear it the first time, it repeats a second time. Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide in a champagne supernova in the sky. Cheers.
Cheers.